Hi guys. Hi
Hi,
Ma.
Prashanna.
Hi Abhinav. Hi Prince.
Hi,
Hi,
Prasanna.
hi
Hi,
guys.
hi, hi.
Hi,
So,
guys.
big shout out and congratulations to Maha for getting
Yes.
Moksha the Global Music Award honor.
Thank
And
you.
Woohoo!
yeah, so
Woo!
Thank
it's
you.
been it's been something that is what Maha has tried to envision post we finished doing it, and it's she's beautifully sung it. And I also want to acknowledge that the Global Music Awards is a very serious independent music awards, because all the artists are very diverse, from diverse backgrounds, diverse, yeah, because when we found out, because in India we don't know about it too much, because we know only the Grammys, and Grammys recently I discovered may not be for independent musicians.
Oh,
On that time, it is only for labels and people with 10,000 publicists.
okay.
So hopefully it becomes like more
Obviously,
accessible.
yes. And I think that is our ultimate goal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
artist.
Eventually, to understand what is this process and how do we create, because I don't want to. I'm taking a lead here because someone has to, and we have to understand each other and this space that we have arrived with Moksha. So basically, I'll start with my story about how I met Mahalakshmi Krishnan almost in 2009.
Was
Wow.
it
When
that?
yes, it was 2009. So I was doing a music for a National Geographic documentary called The Motorcycle Karma. A bunch of Australian sound engineers coming here, and it became a tsunami something. So we had a couple of OST tracks that I did for it, and there was a Sanskrit shloka I had written, which Ma has beautifully sung. And then there was this one complete, dabankuto, as we say, or like full on dhinchak, Tamil number, folk number. Dhinchak is a Mumbai version of folk. Mumbai folk is dhinchak. So yeah, a folk number which was written by my mother, Dr. Kaveri Venkatraman, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, she wrote it. Yeah,
I
so
didn't
she
know that.
yes, it was written by her. Yeah,
Oh,
so because it was such a touch and go that time, I recorded you, and you were to leave for going back to the US in like a week or something. It was very something, you were going out of the country for and you were not available. So it was very touch and go, and you did it, and you came. It was Thana, and we did in a small studio. So that was my first interaction with Ma, and it came out, it aired all over in US, and all Nat Geo Adventure was launched with one of these documentaries. So and then we had like around so many more years, I can't calculate. After that, we but we wanted to do something, and I myself had not come out with a lot of independent stuff. We were doing ads, promos, little bit of background film work, but we were not coming out with independence. Then I started doing that. As usual, we are getting younger and rediscovering ourselves in a newer way.
I
So
like the
we,
term younger persona.
yeah. No,
That's the
obviously,
process. That's the process, no? Like, you find yourself, you lose yourself, you find yourself again in art. Yeah.
it's so true. Youth is ignorance, na? So we are getting, matlab we're unlearning more than learning, and that unlearning is helping us, give us peace, and making us do things that we would normally be too guarded about doing. So
Right.
I think Moksha was something that coming over to Abhinav. Now let me just introduce Abhinav. Abhinav is a violinist and disciple of L. Subramaniam sir, and he teaches at his institute in Bangalore, the Sapa Institute, and he's been my friend since kindergarten, if that's a word, like junior KG types. And but we've been interacting musically a lot. So why I'm bringing Abhinav up? Because Saramati was one of these ragas I used to always discuss, because I learned Hindustani classical. I learned North Indian style. So this rag was very unique to me because it had a pentatonic coming back, like it had to come back in 5 notes, which used to normally I've never heard a rag like that in the North Indian raga system. So I was always, and it was a very awesome melodic spectrum. So yeah, over to Abhinav, and Abhinav is now an engineer, and he also teaches and plays the violin. And so the very first project where Maha sang, Abhinav
Yeah.
also played violin in it.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So yeah, so
okay.
same bro. So you all have collaborated. You all don't know each
We
other
just
like
didn't
that.
know Abhinav. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So
Because
we
that
So
time,
I knew because I think I recorded, and then I think I recorded a different track
I
for
see.
that Nat Geo, and then I think later on I come to know that you have recorded it, but I had not known you or met you at that time.
I see.
So I had just heard your voice at that time.
Oh, okay. Nice.
and over to our director of the music video, which
Woo!
is which is
The
Prince Shah.
sweetest, the sweetest director I've ever met in my life. Really, he is incredibly patient and he's brilliant. Really, क्या vision hai, my God! And the way he interacts with people in the set, Prince. Really, hats off to you. Really amazing. Because
Thanks.
हमें लगता है हर एक director थोड़ा, if I may say so, like they're very caduce and they're very strict and वो खुद stress हो जाते हैं. But Prince is like this amazing, amazing director. Thank you, Prince, for doing this for Moksha.
Thank
Really.
you. Thank you so much.
Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you,
So
thank you. And
Thanks.
Prince is a very again a Purana Chawal, as they say in our life. So we are associated again for almost the same amount of years as Mahan, but slightly before that because Prince was in my college and we had no clue we'll ever work together for sure. And we had no clue we'll work basically. We didn't know what we were doing. In that sense, we were concentrating on nothing. We never knew we'll do like kuch kaisa sab. These were all alien territory. But eventually we met professionally. Also, we started working and we started jamming and we write together also. And yeah, so it's been that, yeah. So as a, and yeah, like for me, like I don't understand the term director. I know Prince and I know yeah, so they are directors. Director ye hota hai, matlab I know that. Otherwise I don't know too much about what a director does in that sense. But yeah, so when Prince, the best part was ki it's like if there is something like this, Prince is naturally on board because there is we I don't have any matlab there is no filter there ki karna hai, let's do this, yeah, this is what we are doing, this is the vision, and let's go ahead with it. So and the rest is becoming history.
No, but I'll just add something that like how Abhinav and Maha ma'am have also collaborated before without knowing that they have collaborated. So this music video was very special because it had such beautiful energies. So it was meant to be. It was meant to have such beautiful souls on set, off set, and the whole process was amazing. Like in terms of it was just flowing. If you guys remember the day we shot. But before that, I'm very curious to know about the origin of the song because there are so many versions on the internet on Google, and I want to know from three of you about
Be-
music because I don't know much
Before that,
about.
one more link is there. The first short film Prince made, and I had remotely done music to it.
Yeah,
Abhinav played violin in that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. A better bargain.
so
Yeah, yeah.
We have worked, but we didn't know. All
See,
some
we
bits.
just, meant to kind of come back and collaborate and create magic together. That's what this team Moksha is all about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't matter
Yes,
if
yes.
it was like 10 years ago or like from your childhood or like a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy. And I really, really, pray that our journey continues and we
Yeah, we
continue
have to.
to,
Yeah,
do this really.
True.
yeah.
Amazing.
No, it has to. And just before, yes, you were saying something, Prince, about the.
Yeah, so I'm very curious about the song, the origin of the song. How did you contact Maha ma'am, and how did you guys collaborate? Because that's also very exciting. Like I know a little bit, so if you can tell us about why this song, why this music, and the fusion, Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please, you
yeah.
say.
Please take over.
Oh, well, all I remember, I think it was October 2021. I just have a thing for dates and months. But anyway, I remember it was end of 2021, and Prasanna reached out to me in Facebook. And, like after the few, like, hey, kya kar rahi hai? What are you doing? I hope you're singing. I'm like, I hope you're, composing, whatever. And then we said, let's just collaborate and do something together, right? And I think we were still like kind of in the peak of COVID, and it was all like the virtual world. And so Prasanna said, I have this kriti in mind that I'd like you to sing, right? And so it was Prasanna's idea, Prasanna's concept. And it so happens that Saramati is like one of my favorite ragams. And I said, absolutely, I would be very, very happy to kind of sing this for you. And then we had like a Zoom call a week later, and then we started talking, and then the concept kind of evolved. I think, Prasanna, maybe you had like a different idea. You wanted like a pure classical, and then we.
Slower, much slower. It was even slower. Like,
Oh wow.
sorry, yeah, it was even slower, and it was different. But then then I suddenly completely deleted that idea, and
Right.
then I revisited it, and then it became faster. We slowed that one down.
Right. I mean, we both love fusion too, as much as we both are like, trained in classical, like he's trained in Hindustani, I'm trained in Carnatic. We wanted to stay true to our roots, but at the same time, we kind of wanted to explore the unexplored, if I may say that, area of that song. And like Prince said, there are a lot of versions in YouTube of the
Yeah.
Saramati and Moksha, but I don't think anyone had done a fusion version.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad we did what we did, and it eventually kind of reached to an international audience. So this is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's figure. Abhinav, what is the
Actually,
like?
the new
What,
thing here is like generally the fusion concept we popularly hear is generally the fusion of different melodies coming together, or melodies from different art forms or different genres coming together. But I think this is very unique in the sense that the fusion is in the lyrical interpretation. So there is a Tyagaraja's lyrics, and then there is a conversation with a contemporary interpretation of that. And that something is quite new, and I mean, I haven't come across that before being ever done. So I think when Prasanna had, when I think he was scribbling those lyrics in the initial days, he used to like bounce it off, like how does it sound and things. But it was very, and the lyric, the Tyagaraja's lyrics itself is quite abstract, even by Carnatic standards,
Mhm.
very abstract, even by a lot of most of Carnatic music. You know, this stands out, even in that genre. And so
yes,
taking that and giving it a whole new dimension is something that is not done before, and I'm glad it came out so well.
And I would also want to give credit to both you singers, because there is such a when you hear the song, you go through a series of emotions which you have to experience the song, when you listen to it. So I want to know more about the process in terms of how much time did it take for the mastering, for the final song to come out, like, yeah, in terms of takes, because you both did it virtually. So
yeah. So I think that virtual thing was more confidence gathered by pandemic. we went ahead with that, because otherwise in the past I'm not sure whether how much that thought never came across in the past. Maybe it was possible, but first I sent over a track and I told I had a certain thing. So normally we record someone as a singer, we tell them ye karo, wo karo, and I didn't want to do that. I was like, "Ki, this is a composition is itself. It's that I have not created. It's there. It's like the sun and the moon, and you have to just appreciate it and experience it." So I was there virtually when Ma was recording, and a dear friend of ours helped her record. Please mention his name.
Sandeep Kumral. He is again an amazing musician and composer himself. So he was actually visiting me in Houston, and I said, "Yeah, Sandeep, chal. Subah I was like, chal kya kar raha hai? Record kar." So
Wow.
yeah, and I've worked with Sandeep a lot, and we go back like 25 years. So he knows my voice really well, and
Yeah.
yeah, so he did an amazing job. So thank you, Sandeep. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was superbly recorded, and it was completely a home studio production. It never reached studio ever, and it was even sound engineer was in London at his own setup at his place, and he did it from there. And all of us, like, we did it in our own spaces. Abhinav later on went and dubbed the violins, redubbed it in a small studio in Bangalore. But otherwise, the whole vibe of the thing was this conversation with this something that has occurred, like as Prince mentioned, like a storytelling is there and everybody's conversation with that, because I think fusion in terms of music is now no longer, that word is small. It's way beyond fusion, because fusion may you are consciously trying to merge two things, but as Abhinav was saying, that I think it's more our own personal conversation with a traditional piece itself, like for example, like if somebody takes Vivaldi and puts it into rock, that rock musician is having a conversation with that particular composition. It need not be see how I am making Vivaldi happen, how it's not possible, like Mozart, okay, chale gaye. मतलब हम तो we are just appreciating and we are going with that flow and enjoying. So then I think I got in touch with Maha, saying that once she sang and sent it to me, it was ekdam ek bang on. Like, it was very difficult to sing Carnatic music on click, on metronome, because classical musicians, there is a differential layer system in a reality situation, but the metronome business is a really scary one. It is a tough one. So
Wow.
to go that, so the way she sang it and sent it across was like so impeccable. That exactly is there. Whatever she sang is there in the song. So it was like her full flow is what is there in the song, and that is just like given a kind of a companionship is there with the different musical elements, Abhinav's violin and everything, and then the visuals and the video itself. So I think it's the storytelling of Maha and the few questions I asked to the song. That's all. So yeah, then finally we after the recording happened, we then me and Prince started speaking over. We started talking about the shoot. Let's do a music video, because this drive in us to do a music video occasionally comes up. Uh, let's do this, and then we found out that you're coming to India, which was the greatest news for us. And we're like,
Like I mentioned, everything was written. It was meant to be, Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because it was just one day we were getting almost with you, like 1 or 2 days, like just a very small window, and we were like, let's do this, let's plan it. And Prince had a lot of work during that time, and he was
Yes.
back to back shooting. Like, even Neil, our DOP, should be mentioned, and they were like shooting every day. Like, and then before that, but thanks to our interaction and Prince being so open about creative collaboration,
Right.
so it happened.
I
Really.
think the song spoke to me. I think the song is so magical. It is very spiritual, actually. So the idea of light we got 1 hour before the shoot. If you remember, Prasanna, you want to tell
Yeah.
all of us and our audience who are watching
So
this? Yeah.
basically, like I normally, before this I had done outdoor shoots. So first time I was kind of understanding the dynamics of the like a studio shoot, where because we are independently doing stuff, so the studio shoot actually is technically has more requirement than an outdoor shoot. So which is when what we realized that what we are doing. So the concept of the music video is similar to the concept of somewhere in trying to meet or the concept of the song, where the black and white reality ushers in the prism, ushers in the color, and from the spectrum of the warm to the complete spectrum of going beyond life.
Hmm.
So somewhere like that. So the yellow and the blue represent the life and the moksha and the liberation of for however we see that, and going beyond that. So bridging all that together, then of course I have to mention Namaha Mazumdar, the amazing dancer.
Yes.
So
Amazing.
we clapped for her when she during the shoot itself. So and of course
Yes.
big clap for Neil also, the DOP.
Neil
Yes.
and
Neil,
Nishi also, Nishi. Yeah.
Nishi, Devashish for doing the sound,
Yeah.
and of course I have to mention Annu Poojari, who is the mix engineer, mastering engineer of Moksha. He's in London, and he did a fantastic job in a quite a tight timeline. But he was. It is amazing because that's a process, because people don't understand that. People think creativity ends where technical people take over. That's not true. I think creativity actually translates when the technical people take over, because otherwise it's just a bunch of mad people doing something. So you need those guys to enter and may give you that some kind of a vessel to hold everything into. So I am really grateful for that. And then editing, we have Ashish Ranglani who edited. Sorry, Mandar edited,
Yeah.
and Ashish also helped us. But that's a story for another I think podcast or live or whatever. So, but I think this was like in a nutshell, it was the journey. We had just one day of shoot, and then we had a week to mix it. We had a we had a gap in between due to some reasons, for the edit was not happening, but it happened, and we were able to release it in World Music Day.
Yes.
uh, yes, so I think World Music Day was the good day to release Moksha, and
Right.
it's more a tribute. And I'm so glad that and so thank you Maha for like making that effort of like finding out about the award and sending it to
Yeah.
them. And but that whole process is something, because honestly, being here, we always feel what's the access, what do you do? We just
Yeah.
make
It's
something.
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, yeah. So please tell us about that, Ma. Your what you did after we released, and your constant encouragement for it.
Uh, so after the release of Moksha, we as a team we got a great feedback, right? Feedback
Yes.
about the video, about the music, the visualization. Everybody loved our production and our music videos. So I was like, there was this like fire in the belly, right? I'm like, yeah, kuch to karna hai. We need to take this to the next level, right? And so I kept kind of doing my research about, where I can send this song to, like, what platform can I apply to, which is when I heard about the Global Music Awards. And I was particularly encouraged because they kind of gave this platform for independent musicians. And
Wow.
I think that was like the trigger point. And I said, okay, I got to give it a shot. I mean, it's okay
Right.
if we don't win it, but you have to try, right? So I remember, I think Prasanna, I sent you a text. I said, yaar, mere ko auspicious muhurat meri mummy bata rahi hai. So I have to mention, so I was telling my mom, I was in Coimbatore that time, and I said, Mama, I'm going to send this song in for a, big competition. She said, Dani, wait, beta, let's look at the Muhurat and Hora and all that. And guys,
Wow.
I think it
How
works.
sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
So, so I said, okay. She said, okay, on a Thursday between whatever 3 and 4, and like make sure you're facing east when you're submitting the song. So I think every bit worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, I sent in my song, and then I got an email confirming that they got our submission. And then And then the waiting period started. And March 31st, yeah, I got that letter. So,
Wow.
yeah,
That was the day we shot.
that was the day we shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow, this is divine.
Yeah, this
Crazy.
is divine, right? This is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last year
Yeah,
on
same.
21st March we shot, and a year after we get a yeah, wow, prize. Amazing.
Tyagaraja Bhagavathar is definitely not unhappy. He's happy.
No, the song has a lot of blessings. Like after the
Right.
music video on Spotify, when I asked my cousins to hear the song, to watch the video. They were elevated. You know, the song does something to you. So
Right.
I request whoever is watching this, please listen to the song on Spotify or watch the video on YouTube to have a very divine experience, because it is very moving. You know, yeah. So, and thank you both, Maha, Prasanna, Abhinav, for such beautiful energy on set. Nama, Neil, we had such a flowing, free flowing shoot. You know, it was so calming. The food was so nice. Everything was like so free flowing, and everyone was so happy. You know, like it was such a satisfying day of shoot.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank,
Prince.
thank you, Prince. And to pull off something like this, Prince, is like we jam a lot, and if we do it, we laugh at each other, we make fun. But I think that to accept like a concept and try to visually translate it like this, I know we might not be like having the best equipment or the greatest production capabilities, but
Mm.
still out of the 10 things we wanted to convey, if we are able to convey 5 things, I think that was something I really thank Prince for, and the entire team of the video itself, and of course Maha's energy, her timing when she's on set, and everyone should know, everyone who's listening, that Maha is an exceptional actor, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
and
everyone note. Yes, sir. Thank
is
you.
exceptional actor, and yeah, and so we all need to completely get get into that, and we need to see her more acting also, and she's so.
Yes.
Although Moksha was not that much of an acting, but because she herself sang it, so it's natural somewhere in that sense. It was not made up, but it was there. And again, Abhinav, who I know for sure won't pose for a photograph, was in a music video. Like
And he did
smile,
really not
he'll
camera
purposely
shy
not
at
smile.
all. You were not camera shy at all, Abhinav. You did really well.
Yeah. So that was a great thing again, which was
That is
because
greatness of Prince, actually.
yeah,
He makes
exactly.
everyone feel comfortable. Prince, you're amazing, really.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
know,
Yes,
God willing, we all should work
We have
more
to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hard.
We have to. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, we should, and yeah, and also I feel that we should like when we are talking about it, and we were planning to talk about this when we launched the video, and I'm sure the stuff was happening and stuff continued to happen eventually, and today we are finally talking about this whole experience, and lot of amazing things happened, and a lot of challenging things also happened in between, so during in context of the music video, and I think all that is a great story to learn from, and keep making more, and so that we automate this process of having great bliss, and learning so much from Prince Maha Abhinav. I think giving that space, and we keep coming back to it. I think that is what I would pray happens.
Yes,
And
the fact that we are talking after a year, such a beautiful memory of the whole process of making it, and even now, we are all of us are so proud of the art
yes.
we have created. So I'm really like, it is one of my favorite shoots, top three favorite shoots of my life, and I've done so many shoots. So it was very real, you know. Everyone was so vulnerable and honest, and love was flowing. So thank you. I have gratitude. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
And so, Ma, please tell what's going on
What's going
after
on?
all.
Before I do that, I do want to mention that, Prasanna is really like a powerhouse of talent.
Yes.
He's, of course, everyone knows he's an amazing musician, he's an amazing composer, And his sense of humor is like just the timing of the humor is just impeccable. And I have to share this. I was like, Prasanna, agar hum music video kar rahe hain, tell me what I'm going to wear. And I got very excited. He's like, hello, I will decide the colors. Tone it down. I mean, he had everything in his head. The
Yes.
color that I should wear, the color that Abhinav should wear, and Namaha ko kya pehenna hai. Everything was in his head, and the way he went about, like, kind of implementing, those things was amazing to watch. I still remember. So Prasanna and I went shopping in that. Was it Dadar, Prasanna?
Matunga.
एंड देन 4-5 साड़ी की दुकान इज लाइक नहीं वो देखेगा इट्स नहीं दिस इज नॉट गुड नो नेक्स्ट स्टोर नहीं मेरे को ये वाला पिंक चाहिए इट्स नॉट देयर इवन द शेड ऑफ पिंक ही वाज सो पर्टिकुलर अबाउट
Wow.
so really kudos to you Prasanna. I mean, what a vision you have about
Yes.
everything. I mean, it's not just music but how their production should look, in big screen. And amazing, really it's
Yeah.
been great. It's actually a blessing for artists to work with you, so I really
Actually, yeah. He was from the origin till subtitles till the final copy. He was like leading it, sitting in the grade, talking to Shravan, for the aspect ratio. He was on it every day. So he was leading. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes
Big
And
shout
yeah,
out.
I'm just blessed. So this is a thing I tell everyone, that I work in films, and I sometimes work with impure people. Sometimes I feel toxic. I'm very low. I meet Prasanna, and it's like Kailash Parvat for me. I'm in his presence and I'm clean. My soul is elevated. So he's that guru of mine, who I'm really honored and blessed to know.
yes
So yeah. It's very important to be around such angels. Yeah.
absolutely.
No,
And
no,
to
no.
feel that
Yes.
energy, right? That
Yes.
and it's so
Yes.
elevating. Yeah, so thank you
Yes.
Prasanna, really
No, no,
really.
no. Thank you
I
all
think
very
he's
much
been I
because
think
to
he's
believe. Yeah.
been working on Moksha. When do you remember? I think it was sometime in school that you said we have to do something with
With this
this
song.
Wow.
composition.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I think we were in some seventh or eighth grade, right? I
Wow.
think
When I heard
around
the
that time. Yeah,
correct,
around
correct.
that time we were like we used to practice for school performances and all, and that was the time like Moksha is one song we have to do it someday, and I
Wow.
think I think he has not left that thought. I think he's
Yeah,
continued working on that for such a long time.
Yeah. And did it with
yeah.
such
No, no. I
Yes,
grace.
think that is why I mentioned Abhinav, because we have used to chat about Saramati, chat about these things, and I used to ask because I was learning Hindustani, but I was always curious, and I'm an more than see we are not create. I think creator what we are just observing the wonderful creation already there most of the time. So we are observing our own expression, and that is the joy. So I think, but everybody coming together and believing in it and trusting that particular process and grooving with it, basically having willing to have a good time. I think that is the greatest artistic contribution. And thank you all, everybody, and so many the extended family of Moksha who
Yes,
have basically helped the journey go ahead, and then Maha has taken it ahead, and big congratulations again to Mahalakshmi Krishnan for Global Music Award honors.
thank you.
It
Absolutely.
doesn't matter it is a bronze or a silver or a gold or a platinum. It is something that was seen, that was felt by someone else other than our spectrum of people, because often as independent musicians and artists and even independent directors like Prince. So Prince, by the way, I want to mention as is a director. He's done a lot of commercial work, but he has done a beautiful documentary called Moon on the Man, which is doing its round in festivals, and hopefully it sees the light of the day in the OTT. So people who land up in our YouTube channels, do take it up and put it up out there. You don't have no idea what you're going to lose out on, because it's like a documentary of life and fiction happening together with, in and out, it's the complete in and out of everything. So I think it's an experience. It's not just again, that is something, the vibe with Prince is that it's not creator, it is something that's happening, and you are there having fun with it. So you are there witnessing that joy that is already happening. I think that is again a great thing. So a great big congratulations and best wishes to Prince for all of that and all the new things which we are writing also. We are also so
And
let's
we have to see more of Maha ma'am on big screen. She
Ah,
worked with one of the greatest actors of India, Rajnikant. We need to see you in more films. So
thank
people
you.
watching, please cast her. She's fabulous as an actor. She's a great singer, of course, but we need to see more of you on the
yes.
silver screen. Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
then now there are such great platforms, on OTT also, and such great roles. So yeah,
Right.
great time for artists like us. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, yes. It is encouraging. Age is no bar, right? I
No,
mean,
no,
at any age, you can do anything that you want, that
yeah,
heart
Doesn't it?
desires. So,
yeah.
yeah, this is very encouraging. Yeah.
Gulab jamun is as sweet for a 5-year-old and a 100-year-old.
अरे वाह क्या बात है see that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying उसका वो
Yeah.
sense of humor वो timing
Exactly.
right
That's different. Are you allowed or not? That is again similarly to a 5-year-old and a 100-year-old. उसको
right
मम्मी मना करेगी, इसको डॉक्टर मना
that's true
And I would also want to add something that all of us collectively, when you guys were making the song or when we were creating the visuals, we didn't have any agenda. We wanted to enjoy the process. There was no baggage of agenda of doing something. So it was just like flowing. The post-production process also, although it was very challenging, Prasanna knows, but overall the vibe, no, it reflects whatever we were feeling while singing. You guys were feeling, everything reflects in the song. So that is why I'm again and again insisting to everyone, I'm requesting, suggesting that if you hear the song or watch the
Yeah. So
video on YouTube.
we might post a link under the video
Yes,
for
yes.
all the viewers to watch the song and go to the Spotify, go to all the artists' pages wherever it exists, and follow and see what happens, because that's what we are also doing. So I think, but and also. It also gives us a confidence. I'm like, because it's not like nobody does anything for a particular thing, it's like, as Prince said, it's for having fun. But since this is here, it gives a sense of feeling that probably although that experimental it is, but still somewhere you can keep having this conversation with the art you do even more.
Mhm.
So I think that is a kind of a lesson and a contribution. And thank you again, Maha, because it's not something that we know about. Like, this is something that, and it's so amazing because like, even very, like, I had people from Mumbai, the industry, and other people also. They were like, this such a voice, such a music, such a singer. What an elevation! It just takes you into that storytelling, that journey. So
thank you
I think for us, that is everything in that. So
thank you
yeah, so I think I left out the chronology of the post production edit. I think Mandar Sawant, Ashish Ranglani, again I would have to mention. He's a dear friend. He's also a very uh, busy director. And third is the Shravan Bokadia, the finally the one who is the all-time troubleshooting, so problem-solving guy. So he's a brilliant editor, director, and he runs his own production house. Also, he's an excellent guy. So these are all the people, because I think we are so scattered. All these small, bits and pieces coming together, making the story of Moksha. I think that energy that everybody gets, and it's okay. There were some people who don't understand beyond 30 seconds of film. They were like 6 minutes music video. What is going on? But then it doesn't matter, because I told that if somebody actually sleeps while listening to it, I think I've achieved a lot in today's world. So it is an anti-ADHD, or rather a ADHD medication song, or however you say it, in terms of somewhere trying to relieve yourself through that. And yeah, it's a journey we've started in this, and let's continue and let's make great
yes
stuff. Yeah.
yes
Yeah.
yes Thank you. I'm feeling so thankful and blessed. I just want to thank the Almighty for bringing the right people in my life. Really, really. I'm so glad to be working with this amazing team. So go, Team Moksha. You're
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes, thank you, Abhinav. Thank you, Prince. Just before we
Thank you all.
with just sing. Please
Yeah.
sing for us the
Yes.
just the one line or two lines of the composition in your way, and yeah, that should be our exit
Sure.
to this
So
chat.
I have to do everything with a tanpura. Okay. So.
Please, please.
Beautiful.
मोक्षमुगलदा मोक्षमुगलदा भुविनो जीवं मोक्षमु गलदा भुविलो जीवं मोक्षमो गलदा भुविलो जीवं. This is like my favorite ragam. um, Prasanna, people should hear your voice too. So, is there like a close raga in Hindustani, close to Saramati?
Uh, it's not very close actually. It's not that close, but yeah, because the combination itself is so like different. So I think it's not very close to. But yeah, pentatonic ragas, as you know, are there. Like you have malkons, you have chandrakons, and all these other ragas. So these five note ragas are there for sure.
Right.
But
So,
then I think it's a great. Thank you so much for singing it again. And I think this is the best way to say. We'll meet again. I think the 1 year of Moksha will happen in June, and I
Yeah.
think we should have a live and get Namaha, Neil, and
yes,
larger gang around and keep. And I think talking will help about so that we can revisit those special moments which we would have not understood, and share things which happen to each of us independently, when
right.
we which we normally would never do. So I think thank you all for coming on the chat and doing this, and thanks to the committee of the Global Music Award honors,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is again recognition that we are very grateful for. And thank you all. So see you all soon, and let's keep doing stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And I will be in Mumbai in May, guys. So I hope to see all of you. Yes.
Yes, we'll see you. Yes, for sure.
Take it. Chala.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Thank you.